It is my pleasure to present the State of the Village report for 2019. I would like to begin by recognizing my fellow village board members. Marie Schmidt, Village Clerk, Sharon Sullivan, Deputy Mayor and District 2 Trustee, Bill Schmidt, District 1 Trustee, Michael Light, District 3 Trustee, Pat Maritato, District 4 Trustee, Chester Pojak, District 5 Trustee, and Mary Schroeder, District 6 Trustee. We closed 2019 having accomplished many of the goals we set as we celebrated the Village of Glendale Heights' 60th anniversary. This was an important year as we remembered and reflected upon how far we have come as a village. Even more importantly, we look forward to 2020 and the years to come. Each and every day we continue to grow as a community, and we stand true to being a proud and progressive village for all people. The Finance and Administrative Services departments were combined in 2019 and now function as one single department. The Finance Department responsibilities now include maintenance of the financial records of the village, safeguarding of village assets, billing for water and sewer services, and the management of the village's purchasing functions. The value of village assets increased in 2019 from $166 million to $169 million. And total revenues grew from $51 million in fiscal year 2018 to $53 million in fiscal year 2019. For the third year in a row, the village did not seek an increase in the property tax levy, keeping a promise from the Board of Trustees and me to protect the public's pocketbook. Overall, the village's share of property taxes amounts to less than 11% of the total property tax burden and includes the Village Parks, Recreation, and Facilities Department, which is typically taxed separately in most other municipalities. This past September, the village put in place a new local motor fuel tax of 2 cents per gallon. The additional revenues expected from the tax will be pledged toward the much-needed road and stormwater management infrastructure projects throughout the village. The village depends on major revenues, such as sales tax, to support the level of service expected by residents and businesses within the village. Sales tax alone makes up 31% of the village's total general fund revenue budget. Thanks to the continued efforts to encourage economic development as a primary objective, sales tax revenues have grown by nearly 25% since fiscal year 2015. For the fiscal year ending April 30th, 2019, the village's general fund finished the year with a surplus of almost $2.8 million before taking into account other financing sources and uses. The surplus was more than triple the amount that was contemplated in the budget. This was achieved by a combination of stronger than anticipated sales and income tax revenue, along with a proactive approach to spending. The village established an amendment to the police pension funding policy that will allow supplemental contributions over those which are determined actuarially into the fund. This is designed to accelerate the task of improving the funding level and improving the overall health of the fund, with the ultimate goal of relieving property tax pressure as it pertains to pension. Strategic planning for infrastructure improvement is always a significant challenge in preparing the village's annual budget. A plan was needed to prepare for funding major water and sewer projects over the next 5 years, to include meeting EPA requirements for removing phosphorus from wastewater, improving the water delivery system, and refurbishing aging sewer lift stations. After months of work, a 5-year rate plan was approved in May 2019. The rate plan called for gradual increases over its term and keeps the village water rates comparable to surrounding communities. Equally important, it generates new funds, which will be specifically earmarked for much-needed infrastructure projects. The Water Billing Division issued water bills for over 750.4 million gallons of water in calendar year 2019. This represents a reduction in consumption from the previous year of just over 9 million gallons. The village bills only for the water used to the lowest 1,000 gallons. For example, if your meter reported water use of 2,975 gallons for a particular month, your bill for that month would be for 2,000 gallons of usage, with 975 gallons being charged in the following month, once an additional 25 gallons is used. The village has a convenient paperless billing option, which allows for online and automatic payments. To take advantage of these features, please visit the village website and click on Pay Water Bill. The village began an ambitious project in 2019 to replace every water meter and water meter reading device in the village. The current residential meters are over 20 years old, and commercial meters, in some cases, are over 40 years old. Additionally, the reading devices are no longer being serviced or manufactured. Many of these devices have begun to fail, resulting in the need to issue estimated bills. The village contracted with Water Resources Incorporated to undertake this $3.2 million project. Work began this past November and is expected to continue into late summer 2020. This is the first project to be undertaken from the earlier noted infrastructure improvement plan. For more information and to determine when we will be in your area replacing water meters, please visit www.glendaleheights.org/watermeter. The Purchasing Division is responsible for the overall procurement processes for commodities and projects required to provide village services. The purchasing agent ensures that quality products and services are purchased through a series of competitive means to ensure the best price and value. The Purchasing Division managed a total of 74 bids in calendar year 2019. Sealed bids are utilized for higher-priced items such as professional services, commodities, leases, vehicle purchases, and construction projects. The Licensing Division is responsible for processing village vehicle licenses, real estate transfer stamps, pet licensing, garage sale permits, and providing services to the public at our main counter, such as voter registration and notary services. There were a total of 20,630 village vehicle stickers processed during calendar year 2019. In a manner similar to refinancing a home mortgage when borrowing rates decline, the village took advantage of the low interest rate environment that existed during this past summer and a strong AA3 credit rating as assigned by Moody's Investor Services. We refunded 3 different outstanding bond issues in order to lock in lower rates without extending the repayment term of the existing issues. Taking this action allowed the village to realize nearly $200,000 of interest savings each year over the next 16 years, for a total of $3.2 million in savings. In addition to the current refunding of the 3 existing bond issues, the village issued $2.5 million in new funds, which went towards the water meter and meter reading device replacement project and will be repaid through utility system revenues. On February 11, 2019, the village was recognized by the Government Finance Officers Association, GFOA, with a Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for its fiscal year 2018-2019 budget document. This marks the sixth consecutive year in which the village has received this recognition. On March 27, 2019, the GFOA awarded the village with the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting for its 2018 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, CAFR. This is the 36th consecutive year in which the village has received this award. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting. Both the budget and CAFR documents can be found on the village's website. Our police department employs a combined staff of 93 personnel, including 54 sworn police officers, 5 part-time officers, 4 community service officers, records clerks, crossing guards, a community outreach specialist, and an evidence officer. The department also enjoys a strong volunteer pool of 18 individuals who are members of the Emergency Services and Disaster Agency, ESDA. I am very proud of the Glendale Heights Police Department for maintaining the Commission on Accreditation of Law Enforcement Agencies, CLEA, accreditation. The police department earned their first accreditation in 2008 and was most recently reaccredited for the third time in 2017. Our police department is one of only approximately 800 law enforcement agencies throughout the country who have earned CLEA accreditation status. CLEA standards are rigorous and ensure the department is following best practices in law enforcement. Part of the CLEA standards require the police department to review each incident in which force is used, ensuring that our officers are using the appropriate response for the situation and within legal parameters. CLEA standards also ensure that citizen complaints are investigated thoroughly and in a timely manner. The police department is dedicated to its mission in working with the community to continue building relationships and trust. In 2019, the police department helped organize and participated in many events for all ages to continue to build relationships throughout the community. For over 25 years, the police department has held week-long classes at Safety Town for children 5 to 7 years of age. The classes are held over the summer and taught by officers from the police department, as well as representatives from other community organizations. For children in 5th through 8th grade, the police department hosted the 12th Annual Junior Police Academy. Participants experience various aspects of police work, from the initial testing process to evidence processing, traffic stops, and officer safety skills. Our state-certified school resource officers spent the school year teaching drug abuse resistance education, DARE, to 5th grade students and addressing school-related concerns. In 2019, the police department worked with both elementary school districts to have one certified officer rotate between all schools. At the start of 2020, the village, police department, and school districts 15 and 16 have entered into an agreement to have one certified school resource officer assigned to each district. This will ensure a full-time police presence in each district. The police department also has an agreement with Glenbard High School District 87. One Glendale Heights Police Department officer rotates daily between Glenbard East, West, and North. The high school liaison officer provides security to the schools, investigates police-related incidents in the schools, and assist with extracurricular activities. The police department also strives to keep our residents informed of important crime prevention tips by sponsoring neighborhood watch meetings and providing a monthly newsletter. In 2019, the police department continued to rotate the monthly neighborhood watch meetings at various venues throughout Glendale Heights. This has allowed the police department to communicate more intimately with residents and learn about concerns affecting specific neighborhoods. The police department continued to provide training to local businesses and places of worship on active violence awareness. This training provides employees and citizens options if a violent event occurs within their vicinity. Many of our officers did a number of fundraising initiatives, including the Polar Plunge, Cop on Top at our local Dunkin' Donuts, and No Shave November. All of the money raised from these programs was donated to the Illinois Special Olympics. The police department sponsored the village's 21st annual National Night Out in August of 2019. The event was held on the Village of Glendale Heights Civic Center campus, and residents were offered free food and games. National Night Out is held to raise crime and drug prevention awareness and strengthen our police and community partnerships. We want to thank the many other community groups who help make the event a huge success each year. The police department also sponsored a new event this past year, Movie with a Cop, held in July and August. Based on the turnout and public feedback, the police department will make this an annual event. The police department and its Emergency Services and Disaster Agency, ESDA, continually conducts intruder drills with all schools in the village. The village also renewed an agreement with Milton Township Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, to help train new Glendale Heights CERT members and provide ongoing training for current members. Joining forces with Milton Township CERT allows the village to tap into their extensive volunteer pool of over 1,000 CERT members in the event of an emergency. The police department and ESDA brought governmental agencies that serve the village of Glendale Heights together for an emergency preparedness conference this past year. The conference was held in village facilities and provided instruction from a number of experts in the emergency preparedness field. The conference provided the opportunity for agencies that serve the village residents to collaborate in a controlled environment to facilitate a better response for our community in the event of a large-scale emergency. The Glendale Heights Police Department maintains transparency by sharing crime statistics with residents. In March of each year, the police department publishes an annual report available on the village website. This report will provide residents with a detailed breakdown of previous year's crime statistics. The Community Development Department focuses on maintaining and improving property values within the village by encouraging economic development, issuing business licenses, performing construction oversight, licensing rental property, inspecting property when sold, and monitoring property maintenance. Additionally, it also monitors existing property in the village to help protect and improve property values, as well as the safety of its residents. Economic development continues to be one of our highest priorities. Increased economic development improves property values, increases the tax base through property tax and sales tax, and lessens the tax burden on all property owners, as well as gives area residents more opportunities to shop and eat locally. Staff encourages new businesses to locate in the village and addresses concerns from existing business to retain them within the village. We welcomed a variety of businesses to Glendale Heights in 2019. Thank you to the following businesses for choosing to call Glendale Heights your home: Air Real Estate, All American Paper Company, Amor and Servicio Group, Bright Lights Theater, Burger King number 25936, C&L Ward, Center for Inner Studies, LLC DBA Prana Studies, Constellation Services, DP Tech Group, Fab Supply Incorporated, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, Javier Hairstylist Unisex, Catherine Frank Creative Incorporated, Canage Incorporated, DBA Fahrenheit 786, M&R Machine and Tool Incorporated, Maze Lounge, Metro by T-Mobile, Nick Haynes Insurance and Financial Services Incorporated, Pozzolaria Amagutis Incorporated, Sun Tint USA, The Carey Company, The Detail House, TMF Buying Service Incorporated, DBA Trusted Auto Brokers, and Worry Free Insurance Incorporated, DBA Allstate. Significant economic development activity occurred throughout the village in 2019, and particularly along the North Avenue corridor. Coda Resources leased the entire 180,000 square foot building at 990 East North Avenue, just west of Swift Road. ML Realty received Village Board approval to remove several dilapidated structures and construct a 116,000 square foot flex space building at 760 East North Avenue. Construction is scheduled to begin in the spring of 2020. Venture One received Village Board approval to construct a 150,000 square foot building at 1 East North Avenue. They have demolished the vacant and decrepit buildings on the property in anticipation of beginning construction in the spring of 2020. Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers constructed a new restaurant on a vacant lot at Glen Ellen Road and North Avenue, which opened in the fall. A new Jeep dealership opened at 435 East North Avenue, giving the public the opportunity to shop for cars at Jeep, Dodge, Chevy, and Nissan, all in Glendale Heights. Burger King constructed a new restaurant at North Avenue and Bloomingdale Road, which opened in the fall, while Popeyes is still under construction immediately to the west and will open soon. In addition to the development occurring along North Avenue, the village continues to see new businesses moving into our existing shopping centers and industrial parks. Although Nestle announced that they were closing their facility in Glendale Heights, KeHE Distribution immediately occupied the facility and there was no shutdown, showing that Glendale Heights is a desirable location for businesses. As part of the review of new developments, the Community Development Department posts notices on the village website, prepares staff reports, and schedules public hearings before the Plan Commission so the public may comment on development proposals before the Village Board makes a final decision. The Plan Commission considered 25 development proposals in 2019. The Community Development Department reviews and issues new business applications and coordinates the reviews with the Fire District, Police Department, and Public Works Department. The Community Development Department also processed business license renewals for the 554 businesses and 60 home occupations within the village in 2019. In 2019, the Community Development Department received 3,091 building permit applications for industrial, commercial, and residential construction. Staff reviews the permit applications and conducts inspections to verify that the work performed complies with national code standards and ensures safe structures. The Community Development Department also issued 35 permits to utility companies to conduct work in the public right-of-way. The village issued licenses to 1,556 single-family home rental properties and 3,770 multifamily units in 2019. Staff works with property owners and tenants to ensure that the rental units are properly maintained through the licensing and inspection process, as well as the Crime Prevention Partnership Program. Through this program, the village provides information to property owners and tenants about their rights and obligations to comply with the law. This program is important to deter crime and help protect property values in the community. Community Development Department staff also works with the residents, developers, and contractors to provide information and assist with zoning, building, and flooding questions. The department responded to approximately 239 Freedom of Information Act requests in 2019. It also provided zoning verification letters and floodplain information to property owners upon request. Staff assists residents with flooding problems and minimizing floodplain insurance requirements. In August of 2019, after many years of effort, the village was successful in convincing FEMA to modify the floodplain maps for the village of Glendale Heights. The new maps reduce the number of homes in the village that are within a floodplain and substantially reduced or eliminated the need for homeowners to obtain floodplain insurance in these areas. Staff responds to service requests from residents as well as identifies property that is not properly maintained and contacts owners to request that violations be addressed. Although a majority of property owners address violations, if not addressed, staff issues citations to require that property be properly maintained. Staff also works with management companies and homeowners associations to ensure that common areas and buildings are also maintained. In 2019, local road infrastructure was improved throughout the village as part of the in-house road program, overlaying Goodrich Avenue, Chadwick Lane, Towner Court, and Easy Court. The project involved the removal and replacement of deteriorated and structurally damaged curbs and sidewalks, along with base repairs to the roadway before the new asphalt surface layer was applied. The in-house road program undertook the repaving of over 3,080 square yards of surface roadway and the replacement of 200 linear feet of curb and 1,100 square feet of sidewalk. The sidewalk removal and replacement project was undertaken on approximately 5 streets in the village. The purpose of the project was to replace structurally damaged and hazardous sidewalks. Another aspect of the project was to preserve the mature parkway trees. This involved elevating the replaced sidewalks over the root system of the trees to prevent heaving of the replacement sidewalks rather than removing the tree itself. Parking lot improvements were undertaken at Ullman Park. A new storm sewer system was installed to convey water from the parking lot. Crews installed 4 storm sewer structures and 200 feet of pipe. Additionally, the crews replaced over 100 feet of curb that was necessary to correct drainage issues. Streets Division staff responded to 28 snow and ice events throughout last year's winter season, plowing and de-icing 76 center lane miles of roadway and 147 courts during each event. The street division also responded to 44 separate flood control events, including clearing of storm inlets and streams to alleviate standing water on roadways. Additionally, the division responded to 375 work orders in 2019 and completed over 2,700 Julie locates for buried utility services. The engineering division ensures the village upholds all local, state, and federal mandates, including stormwater management compliance and erosion control inspections on active construction sites. In 2019, the division reviewed over 170 permit applications, including engineering drawings and stormwater reports. The division provided contract, supervision, and construction observation for large road projects. One such project was the 2019 MFT road program, which included the reconstruction of 8 streets at a total cost of approximately $2 million. This project involved road reconstruction with curb and sidewalk repair, as well as drainage improvements. As part of the project, Charles Drive had the sidewalk relocated away from the curb to create a grass parkway between the curb and the sidewalk, improving safety for pedestrians. Another important road project was the $660,000 Gregory Avenue reconstruction project. This project reconstructed Gregory Avenue from Glen Ellen Road to the intersection with Somerset Drive. This construction also included storm sewer improvements and curb and sidewalk improvements. This road project was paid for in part by a $350,000 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, administered by DuPage County. The village also undertook an $800,000 regional stormwater detention and flood control project by adding underground stormwater detention to the Glendale Square shopping mall on North Avenue. Large corrugated metal pipes were placed underground in order to temporarily store large volumes of stormwater runoff. This project helps reduce flood elevations to residences surrounding the James Court Pond and businesses at the mall, as well as in creeks downstream of the project. This project was paid for in part by a $340,000 CDBG grant administered by DuPage County. A third CDBG project for the year was the $875,000 East Branch Tributary 2 Channel Maintenance Project. The village's contractor dredged a section of the creek that was causing drainage problems in the creek. The improvements included stream bank stabilization, dredging, vegetation management of invasive species, and the planting of new trees and shrubs. This project will improve drainage in the surrounding area, as well as removing obstructions from drainage areas. The village can receive up to $400,000 in grant money reimbursement for this project. In July, the village undertook a project to reline the culverts under Fullerton Avenue near Ardmore Avenue. These culverts discharge into the creek at Ruskin Park. The existing culverts were failing corrugated metal pipes, rusting in places with large holes in the pipe wall and bottom. An inflatable bladder was inserted into the culverts to line them with a tough and durable resin to the shape of the original culverts. This made the culverts long-lasting and stronger without the disruption and expense of excavating and removing the existing pipes. Silt buildup was removed from the pipe outlet area for better flow, and erosion control in the stream was restored. The village's water pollution control facility, WPCF, processed over 1 billion gallons of wastewater this year within Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, IEPA guidelines and regulations. The facility was found to be in good working order and no deficiencies were noted during its annual IEPA inspection. The facility also rehabilitated the second of its two influent fine screens. The screens are the first part of the process that removes large debris that could damage the pumps and other equipment if left in the wastewater stream. The WPCF entered into an agreement with Trotter and Associates for engineering services to rehabilitate both of the village's aerobic digesters. The digesters are a vital part of the operation at the WPCF and must be upgraded to accommodate upcoming phosphorus removal mandates set by the EPA. Through its membership in the DuPage River Salt Creek Work Group, DRSCW, the village is contributing to improving local stream water quality while saving wastewater utility payers money. Under the innovative partnership, the village is working with 17 other communities to fund a series of waterway improvement projects throughout DuPage County as a cost-effective solution in lieu of wastewater infrastructure upgrades. The Fleets Division has made changes to its heavy truck purchases and over the last few years are now purchasing Peterbilt trucks with stainless steel salt spreaders and dump bodies. These upgrades will allow for a longer life expectancy and lower cost of overall ownership on these large trucks. The division services and repairs over 350 vehicles and pieces of equipment belonging to the village. In-house repairs and maintenance allow for a quick turnaround and lower costs. The village's water infrastructure was improved in 2019 through the rehabilitation of the West Burdett water storage tank. This is a 1 million gallon water storage tank which services customers west of Bloomingdale Road. Work included sandblasting the exterior and interior, repainting and installing 2 mixing systems to improve water quality. This is the 4th water tower that has been rehabilitated by Utility Services Group since 2014. Utilities Division staff perform maintenance to the public water infrastructure system by responding to 47 water main breaks, 30 fire hydrant replacements or repairs, 96 water service repairs, 16 mainline valve repairs, pump station maintenance, and Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, IEPA, mandated sampling. I am pleased to report that all IEPA sampling undertaken in 2019 resulted in no violations or water quality issues. In-house projects and maintenance to the water system continued with the painting of 462 fire hydrants. A water leak detection survey was undertaken in the spring by Water Services Incorporated. The survey identified 13 leaks, 7 of which were fire hydrant leaks, and the remaining 6 were water main valve and service issues. Utilities Division staff repaired all leaks found within the system. Preventative maintenance to the village's sanitary sewer collection system also continued. Jetting of approximately 57 miles of public sewer mains was achieved. In addition, annual root cutting and degreasing programs were undertaken. Improvements to the Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition System, SCADA, which manages both the village's water and sewer systems, were also undertaken by Concentric Integration, LLC. This included improvements and upgrades to the hardware and software. These changes will allow for improved efficiency when identifying problems within the infrastructure, including allowing more flexibility in viewing alarm issues remotely when in the field. Glendale Lakes Golf Club generated just under 20,000 rounds of golf in 2019. Glendale Lakes Golf Club continues to be the home golf course to 5 area high school golf teams. The golf teams that use Glendale Lakes as their home golf course are Glenbard North boys and girls teams, Glenbard East boys and girls teams, and the Glenbard West girls team. In 2019, we hosted the Illinois High School Association, IHSA, Regional Girls Golf Tournament with 60 high school golfers. Glendale Lakes Golf Club hosted several annual golf events and outings. These included our Spring Fling in April, the Charity Golf Classic in June, and the Turkey Shoot in November. These annual events are very popular and sell out quickly each year. We also held approximately 85 other private golf outings hosted by other community groups and local businesses. The Charity Golf Classic is a fundraiser hosted by the Village of Glendale Heights. The golf outing raises money for Make-A-Wish, Illinois, FOP Lodge No. 52 Community Enrichment Fund, and the Glendale Heights Chamber of Commerce Scholarship Fund. In 2019, we raised $23,000 combined for all three charities. All funds raised benefit the residents and families of Glendale Heights. The bunker renovations continued this year. We completed all of the bunker renovations on hole number 16 by removing the right side existing bunkers and adding a pot-style bunker on the right side. We will continue to renovate a few bunkers each year, making the golf course more playable and will help save costs on materials and labor. We added more sets of silver tee markers on some of the more difficult holes to help make the golf course easier to play for the recreational golfers who are looking for a more relaxed round of golf. In 2019, several portions of the golf cart path were overlaid with new asphalt. The original portion of the golf maintenance building roof was replaced, and a new pump house and irrigation pumps were purchased and installed. Our banquet facility hosted 334 banquets and special events this year. Of these events, 31 were wedding receptions and 9 were quinceañeras. Glendale Lakes Golf Club has beautiful banquet rooms that overlook the golf course and can accommodate up to 230 guests. We can host other banquets including baby and bridal showers, birthday parties, anniversary parties, corporate meetings, and events. Glendale Lakes is open during the first Friday and last Friday of the Lent season for an all-you-can-eat fish fry. Join us on either of these Friday nights from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you are not a fish fan, our menu has a variety of other options to appeal to your tastes. Glendale Lakes Golf Club hosts an annual Easter brunch, which served close to 500 people in 2019, and a Mother's Day brunch with over 325 attendees. Join us for these events for an easy way to spend the holidays and leave the cooking and cleaning to us. The Center for Senior Citizens offers comprehensive senior citizen resources, innovative programming, information sessions, social events, and exciting trips. The center's membership is just under 2,000 members and growing each day. Our annual survey asks our members for input on our programs. The surveys gave staff and volunteers ideas for different programs and activities that staff will be implementing in 2020. The Center's partnership with the AARP Tax Assistant Program continued in 2019. Assistance is now available by appointment 2 days a week. In 2019, 250 community members received tax assistance, which was 127 more than in 2018. In 2019, the Center collaborated with the Family and Faith food pantry in order to make sure our members have proper transportation to the pantry. We extended the hours for our bus service to coincide with the hours of the Family and Faith Food Pantry. The Center for Senior Citizens also worked with Glenbard West High School's English as a Second Language ESL students through a new Pen Pal program. This program was beneficial for both our seniors and the students to connect with each other. Due to the popular demand, the Golden Shear Salon is now open 4 days a week. We saw a customer growth of over 50% from 2018. The Golden Shear Salon has a variety of services for both men and women. As part of our congregate dining, we provide lunch and learn programs. The center holds informational sessions on important social service topics that keep our seniors educated on healthy lifestyles and promote senior safety. In 2019, community partners helped the center provide 75 lunch and learn programs. The Agency on Aging Nutrition Grant from the DuPage Senior Citizens Council provided 3,204 meals for congregate dining and 12,294 home-delivered meals. The center has a beautiful community room that is available for rent to the community. We hosted 142 birthday parties, showers, weddings, and anniversary events in 2019. Please contact the Center for Senior Citizens if you're interested in holding your special event in our community room. Volunteerism is an important part of our center. In 2019, 47 individuals volunteered 2,239 hours to benefit the center. These volunteer members and their donation of time are very important to the growth of the center. In fact, they are so important that the Center for Senior Citizens was awarded the Governor's Hometown Award for volunteerism in November of 2019. I am very proud of the hard work the Center for Senior Citizens has done to grow our volunteer program. The Parks Division is responsible for maintaining over 254 acres of parkland and more than 20 sports fields and playgrounds. They are also responsible for approximately 6,000 park and parkway trees. In 2019, the Parks Division worked with the Public Works Streets Division to complete asphalt resurfacing of the parking lots at Nazos, Circle, Ullman, and College Parks. Additionally, over 100 new trees were planted in the parkways and parks. The Village of Glendale Heights also received the Tree City Award for the 22nd consecutive year. One of the biggest projects this year was the planning of improvements to Camera Park. Several community meetings were held throughout the year to hear the needs of our residents. After compiling ideas and suggestions, a master plan was created, and we hope to see many of these plans come to life soon. To assist with the funding of this project, the village applied for and received an Open Space Lands Acquisition and Development (OSLAD) grant from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources for $400,000. The Facilities Division is responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of all village facilities. They have been instrumental in renovating current buildings and work diligently to provide the residents with clean and updated facilities. In 2019, the Facilities Division worked on many projects, including installation of variable frequency drives, VFD, on pool pumps at the Aquatic Center, with more to be added this year. Roof replacements were completed at the Public Works facility and the golf course maintenance garage as part of a larger plan to service the roofs on all village facilities over the next several years. If you did not stop by the village complex this past winter, you missed out on the change in decorating as Christmas lights were updated to LED lights in the village's continued quest to become more energy efficient. For the second year, the Recreation Division increased offerings by nearly 60 programs and trips as we continue to offer new and exciting programs for the residents of Glendale Heights. A few of these new programs included the Play at the Hub, PATH program, which added a before-school component, and 16-inch softball returned to Glendale Heights last summer as teams played weekly at Camera Park. If you have an idea for a program or class that you would like to see offered at the Sports Hub, please stop in and speak with one of our recreation supervisors. If you have not been to the Sports Hub or taken part in our programs or events, please join us at our showcase events. We currently host events 2 times a year that showcase what the Sports Hub has to offer. The first event was Rec in the Hub on February 8th, and the second event is Hubapalooza on May 16th. We are adding a third event, which will be held later in 2020. We hope to see you all at our many community events and programs scheduled throughout the year. Visit our website or grab our most recent program guide at the Sports Hub. I look forward to a very important year in 2020 as we all must do our civic duty and be counted in the upcoming decennial census. A complete and accurate count is critical for you and Glendale Heights because the results of the 2020 census will affect community funding for hospitals, fire departments, schools, roads, congressional representation, and other resources. I also encourage all of you to get involved, volunteer, register for a fun program at the Sports Hub, say hello and wave at our many staff who are outside working hard every day, and say thank you to our police officers who have sworn to protect us. Thank you for believing in us to serve the residents of Glendale Heights. Please do not hesitate to contact me, your district trustee, or any of our qualified staff with any comments, questions, or suggestions. On behalf of the entire village board, we promise to continue to work hard in 2020 and in the many years ahead, and to always keep your best interests at the forefront of every decision that is made towards the betterment of our home, Glendale Heights.